Well, I am just so thrilled to be here. And before I say anything else, this really is the book that we should be holding up this evening. And, you know, what I would like to show, we met at Bowie, which is the British Association of Women Entrepreneurs. If you haven't heard of it, check it. And yes, Susie did say, when I come and speak, and I'm going to use a word that I don't use all the time. And I want to say I'm humbled to be here, because I read book 1, haven't seen book 2 yet, and I'll tell you why. It's not that you're inspirational women. I meet many globally inspirational women. It's that you share your story. And that to me means so much. I think what Susie, I would have walked here if the car had broken down, because I think what Susie is creating, you know, to have an inspirational story, but then to say, I'm going to share it. And what she's doing is she's creating a movement. And, you know, I think what I'd love is that we all actually just applaud Susie before I start. Did I? Okay. So no, good girl. But no, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. And, you know, I'm very blessed with the book. It gives me an opportunity to, you know, to travel the world and to talk about the power of the mind. And, you know, there are so many things. I've got a very short time, so I'm going to pack it in. But I'm never interested in a speaker having a story unless you're in the audience and that story gives you something. So what I thought was, how do I share something very quickly so that, you know, as inspirational women, as inspirational people, you think, that works, I produce that. And that's how I add the millions. I add the millions by taking people who are good or great and remove them to phenomenal. And I don't mean those as just words. I mean, where does it all start? And when I read book 1, because of what I do, every page was saying one word to me: attitude, 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 attitude. And so I actually would have come anyway if she hadn't invited me, because I want to be a part of this energy. And so I have a story where I say, and Archie and I were actually just looking at the most gorgeous picture of her little girl. And you take a 4 or a 5-year-old child. I'll make it really simple because we don't have a lot of time. And a 4 or 5-year-old child wakes up in the morning, and I've never seen a 4 or 5-year-old child that comes downstairs and goes, oh, it's raining. I mean, you're not very kind laughing. Have you any idea the journey to nursery? Okay, right. So I base it on, we're born with energy and desire, and we are phenomenal. And I believe that to my toes. You don't say, if I was a nursery school teacher, okay, class, you're all 5 years old. What do you want to be when you grow up? And this little girl puts her hands up and her eyes go wide, and the teacher says, what do you want to be? And she goes, average. No, it's just not how we're made. You know, when my nephew was tiny, I said, what do you want to be, Joe? And he said, an astronaut. I took him to NASA. I'm gutted because he's not an astronaut. But anyway, and I want my money back. So it's about how we use our mind. And the women here tonight that we are celebrating have found a way from adversity to channel their mind and their thoughts. So, yes, I do work with major global brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, but for 19 years, I've also been a success coach, very big part of my heart, to Centrepoint. So for 19 years, I've run mind makeovers for young women who've been on the street, homeless, and then safe in Centrepoint. And what I've seen is by taking charge of our mind, whether you're Chanel or whether you're somebody faced with the most phenomenal adversity, if you take charge of that, you just so put yourself in the driving seat of your life. And where are we supposed to learn this power of the mind? So I think it's taking it as our greatest asset. I think many of you used adversity to channel you into breaking boundaries. Would you say I'm right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There almost like isn't a choice. And I say in life that two things motivate you and I. Two. One is inspiration. And we all know that. If you think about every single person's life here, you will have all had times where, you know what I call it? The wind is on your back. The wind is on your back. Everything's going well. Can we all relate to that? It's a breeze. It's gorgeous. And then we all have times, and I call it a tsunami. And that wind is not on our back, it's coming in this direction. And I say two things motivate you and I. One is inspiration, but the other is desperation. Can we relate to that? I'm not saying this to be funny. I've done far more in my life, personally and in my business, when I'm desperate. So I'm a success coach. I have people say to me, oh, Sharron, I'm desperate. I go, fantastic! And I've had so many people go, is she nuts? Is she nuts? Because you know when you feel desperate, you've got a different energy. And actually not succeeding, it's not an option, is it?